Hello and welcome back to Love Letters to Lois by Art. This is a true story of love letters written by Art, my grandfather, to Lois, my grandmother, back in 1944 during World War II when he was serving as a United States Marine. Today's letter was written on Sunday, May 7th, 1944, and it begins, Dearest Lois, it is a nice warm day here in California and yours truly is out sunning himself while writing the letter. I have actual proof of that, for we took pictures. They'll be ready about Wednesday, so maybe I'll be able to send them this week. The picture from home hasn't arrived yet, but I'm expecting it any mail call. Went on Liberty last night for the first time and had a fairly good time considering my little one wasn't with me. Had for company a couple of swabbies. They are in my class and they are swell fellows. Went to a show and then went bowling. To tell the truth, I had a couple of drinks while bowling. Nothing serious, mind you. Just was thirsty while bowling. One thing I'll never do, darling, is lie to you. I hope you don't mind too much, honey, as it was the first time in so long. Not that I craved it, just had to be sociable with the boys. Cannot wait now to see what you have to say. I bet my ears will be burning. Lucky to get your May 4th letter today. Some fellow spotted it in the mail offices and got it for me. Don't usually get mail on Sundays, but the fellows know your name and they know how important your letters are to me. Darling, prepare yourself for another whack. And this hurts me to tell you, as I promised you. Darn it all, I simply slept in this morning. I could have lied to you, but as I said before, I don't much care to do that. Yes, I miss going to church again, and I ought to have my head examined. I did talk to the chaplain a few minutes ago. He was across the way, also sunning himself, and he came over to us. He started asking us questions, etc., and gave us a little talking to, in a very nice way, of course. But it hurt nevertheless. Boy, am I going to catch heck in the next letter. Gosh, honey, to hear you're in love with me, well, that just sets my heart on fire. God, I hope nothing changes after this letter. Darling, wish I was there now so I could tell you of my love for you. Writing about it hasn't that certain something. Next time, I will say those 3 important words with some feelings. Should be able to, as I've been practicing it often enough. I keep saying it to your picture. I love you. I love you. Until those words are forever in my mind. I'm afraid I don't know that, Dr. Lois. But my sister probably does, as she was a nurse for a little while. We'll ask her in my next letter. That other boy, Artie Scott, he is a stranger also, and gets men in a bit of a division. Start electrical course tomorrow, and don't think I'll like it, as I never did like electricity. Hope I do okay. Everything all right with you, darling? Must have been when you wrote that last letter, as your mood was mighty happy. I hope a letter comes from you soon, with answers from the letter that I wrote to you. We'll write again tomorrow, Lois, so we'll say bye for now. Take care, honey, and it won't be long now. With love always, XXX. Art. So Art mentions in the letter that he has taken pictures on this particular day as he's out sunning, and he'll be sending her the picture in the next letter. And included in this letter is actually a piece of photograph paper. No picture of him, just empty photograph paper from back in the day. This is it. It's this piece of paper right here. So my question today is, does this piece of paper have any value to it? I mean, from a monetary standpoint. For me, it has a lot of value because it passed back and forth between my grandparents, and because they both were very into pictures and photography, and I also am into photography and so appreciate its worth and value. I looked up on internet and eBay and I could not find anything, zilch, nothing. Is it a one-of-a-kind artifact? So in conclusion, it appears that Art has broken not just one promise to Lois, but 2. First was he was going to stay away from the stuff, alcohol, but it seems as if it was just a harmless interaction and he just wanted to be social with the boys and nothing serious, as he says. However, he also broke the promise to go to church because he slept in after his night out with the boys. It sounds as if Art's conscience is really bothering him about both of these broken promises, and he's looking for some kind of freedom for that guilt, it would appear, by trying to be as honest as possible as he can with her, which I admire and respect about him. Dishonesty is something that I just cannot stand myself, and I would rather be truthful at all costs. I believe it is no coincidence that the chaplain just happened to be sitting there sunning himself as Art's conscience is bothering him about missing church. And as if it wasn't enough that the chaplain was sitting over there looming, he had to get up and come over and talk to the boys and give them a few words of his mind, as Art said, in a nice way. Sounds like that really did hurt Art though, but the silver lining is Art was not all consumed with his feelings. He actually points out to Lois that the chaplain did so in a very nice way. We can learn something from Art about this interaction with the chaplain, that really it's the way that we deliver our messages that can truly, deeply touch somebody and reach them and want to produce right actions. The world has a lot of pain it's healing from right now, so let us all be patient and kind. And that concludes Letter 10 for Love Letters to Lois by Art. Until next week, God bless.